Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. And as one of my goals for 2018, it was all about
the base.
It was all about the base. It was. No, it was all about getting Pilsners right. So we have 2017's Czech Pilsner right here, which I said in our little video about recap of 2017 goals for 2018. This was a fail. And then I just revealed to Mike the new addition.
That's okay.
This is this year's same recipe with one big change to the brewing process, which I think makes it a lot better, a better beer for sure. Lots of Czech hops in both of these beers, and we can talk a little bit about that, but there was something definitely wrong with last year's beer, and I was trying to correct it with this year's beer. So, with that said, was I able to do that? I mean, I just had a taste before the camera started rolling for 2017. It's not good. It's bad. I'm just hoping that 2018 is just even marginally better than 2017.
Well, I think that this beer is this is a 17.
Yep. Ooh.
This beer just has some age on it, so it's hard to really. There's like
Sure.
zero. I think there's very little. I'm getting very little aroma out of this beer. When I first sniffed this beer, I had a nice Pilsner malt aroma when I first sniffed it.
Yep.
So it dissipated a little bit. The flavor profile, the overall fermentation profile, flavor profile is sort of similar. So I just need to work through it a little bit here. I don't really put that out as a awful beer, but it's a little bit, and it might just be age. It's a little bit like vegetal. It's a little bit flabby, like just not crisp. This one's a little crisper.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The color on this one though is a little bit interesting. It's they both have sort of the same amount of clarity.
Yeah.
I think this one just probably needs a little more time in the bottle. It'll clear up nice. I mean, you just brought them over too, so they get a little bit.
Yeah.
This one's got a cleaner aroma, a little bit more of that Pilsner malt. And I think the water tastes cleaner here.
Yeah.
Like this just tastes a little bit cleaner, and the hops are a little bit, they're brighter, which makes sense because this is a year older.
Sure.
I think it's pretty good. I think it could be, you know, it could just be the variety hops for me that I'm not really like, it's not raving on my palate. But as far as a Czech Pilsner, I think it's definitely closer to the concept than this guy.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so I think you mentioned water, and that's the big difference. This, I believe, I tried to take some distilled and like build a water profile,
Okay.
and I think I got a little too chalky with my with my build, and that's what I taste a lot in the aftertaste. Is like kind of this. It really feels like grit on my teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's and it's maybe because I know exactly, you know, I don't remember what
I guess I could see
I was
that.
just like fidgeting around with measurements of brewing salts, and that's not what you want to do with that.
No.
So with 2018, I just got spring water, which is pretty darn soft, like everything that I've read online from the actual spring itself.
Yep.
They talk about the mineral content, and we're talking single digits across the board for a lot of things. And so it's extremely soft.
Yep.
And so I just said, let's just use it as is without messing with it, and we'll see what happens. The only issue about this is, so of course time is a commodity, and you need to have time, or you put money towards that to make up for it.
Yeah.
So I went to the homebrew shop and I said, I don't have time to make a starter, so we're just going to buy 4 packs.
Oh. Is it the same yeast?
It's the same yeast.
Okay, you just did 4 packs.
It's White Labs WLP 800 for both of these. This one, I'm pretty sure I made a starter. This one.
Is this the one? Okay, yeah.
This is the one that I bought 4 packs, and the guy was like behind the counter, like, you know, if you can make a starter, save yourself some money. I'm like, I know, but I don't have time.
But money is time.
Yeah. And he said, well, you could make a starter, and then like, you know, when you're brewing tomorrow. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, you can make a starter pitch on Monday. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I got time on Monday.
Time.
That's the whole thing. Like, you go through it and you try to explain yourself, and they still want to give you unsolicited advice.
I have no time, Pilsner.
That's right. So the funny thing is, I think he knew something. Because I bought 4 and like I poured it all in, and I was like, all right, this is gonna rock. And then 1 week went by, very slow to start. 2 weeks go by, then it finally kicked in. I was like, this is like, oh, this is the
What yeast was this?
800, WLP 800 from Whitecaps.
And they were in the pure pitch packages?
Yes,
Yeah.
They're not in the tubes anymore.
Right,
They're all squeezy
So supposedly they should
toothpaste
be
tubes.
fresher or whatever.
You think, yes. But it just, who knows, he knew something. They probably sat on the dock for 2 weeks or something like that.
Do you look at the date on the...
Yeah, they were pretty fresh. Yeah. Like I thought I was made in the shade, but clearly not.
I have a theory.
Tell me more.
There's a lot of things that I hear about in podcasts or you read in magazines about the way homebrewing goes in general and the way certain ingredients taste in general.
Yeah.
But I've always had a hard time sort of matching up my experience with those anecdotal reports. And I still have a feeling that being all the way over here on the East Coast, that it's just a little bit different. The freshness of the ingredients sometimes it's just a little bit different. Yeah, put in the comments, starter. We get it.
I get it.
But
if I had
all
time,
things being equal, with White Lab makes a batch of yeast and they ship yeast then to homebrew stores in California, and they ship it to stores in whatever in Boston. We're talking about there's just transit time, and if it just sit out a little bit somewhere along the way, who knows what the real effect of that is. And that goes for hops and stuff like that too. I think malt's pretty stable, but depending on if your homebrew shop buys bulk hops, opens bags and stuff like that, who knows? Yeah, I've always wondered if freshness is an issue, but so that could be a play here. Could be a play here.
So
I mean, the color's a little bit darker than this too.
It is, but still.
This isn't this. So I was going to ask. This isn't the Pilsner where I bought the ingredients for you.
You
right?
bought the Pilsner. Yeah, so maybe the Pilsner malt is a little bit different.
Yeah, because I specifically bought for you the that Belgian Dingemans.
Yes.
Because I really love the aroma of that malt.
It's probably a little darker
when it comes. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
But I think this still like fits the style.
Yeah, if I wasn't looking at this one, I'd be like, oh yeah, look at that nice yellow beer. You know,
it's beautiful. Yeah. But my personal opinion, I think that when I was tasting it,
that's much better on a second pour for some reason.
Isn't it? Like, and that's the weirdest thing. So as I was tasting it out of the keg at first, I was like, oh man, this is almost like it's a minimal improvement.
Oh.
But like,
that's weird.
After it gets after it gets a little bit of
it's like wine, you gotta let it breathe. No, that is
weird.
Yeah, it's definitely lighter. It's cleaner. I still think I'd like to know exactly what the water profile is in that spring water.
Yeah.
Just because I think it could use a little bit of crisping up on the outer edges of my palate.
Sure.
With maybe a little bit more sulfate. But yeah, no. Now it definitely tastes better. There's a nice Pilsner sweetness there. Pilsner malt sweetness. It's just the magic of that Dingman's Belgian Pilsner malt.
That's exactly right. Yeah. That's all you're getting it. I wish it...
Probably hard to make a Czech Pilsner with Belgian Pilsner malt, but whatever.
It's continental Pilsner. That's what they asked for.
So
that's good. I think the real moral of the story is that I brewed another Pilsner, just 10 pounds of German Pilsner malt, and that was it. Mashed it, and then put it, like, as I racked this to the keg, racked the cooled wort onto that cake,
the whole cake,
and just I had my first lager yeast explosion.
Well, that's good. So you had really active. So it'd be interesting to see. I mean, granted, slightly different recipes, but same yeast. How that one comes out. That's the one that's in there, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's from. Lagering right now.
Once he goes home, we'll taste that one.
There you go. You guys can taste it without me and see how it's coming along. No, so I think in a couple of weeks I'll be ready to keg up as well. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Probably like I'll bottle this up and then put this into competition and see what's happening.
Yeah, see what's
hopefully like taste it, like take the first taste and then like pour it out and then pour it in the second taste and That's how it'll express itself.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to judge, not this.
Oh, yeah, the aroma's coming out right now.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
So not bad. Clearly, money can't solve all problems. Time does. And
Time solves all
I should have
problems.
said to myself,
Time heals all wounds.
This is great and all, but I will
This is
choose.
anecdotal.
I will choose another weekend where I have more time, so I can properly make a starter and then brew this properly again.
I'd like to find time just to do some cleaning of my fucking equipment.
There you go. That's good.
That's a step forward.
Step one.
A small step
two.
forward.
Yeah.
God. I've also been rebuilding some equipment, so
Oh.
that doesn't help with the brewing process.
Is that going to make a video?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're getting there.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Can't wait to see that
Yeah.
rebuild.
I will definitely be brewing by 2020. Hang in there. Another 200 videos to go.
No big deal. So all right. Well, that's goal number one for me, was to see if I could make.
You definitely stepped it up. Do you think you will need to repeat the goal?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'll you know
What
what?
if the German Pils comes out stellar? I mean, you want to master all Pils?
No,
you just want to
I
be able
wanna-
to say, this is a great Pils.
I still have in my mind what
this should taste like?
Yes, and it's not there yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. You've got a really great palate memory. So do you think this tastes much different than it did last year? I mean, it's got a year of age on it, right? So it's a little
It
bit...
doesn't taste that much different. Well, I'm
You do a
focusing
pretty good
on-
job of keeping some of the stuff cold, too.
Yeah, I put it in my fridge and then forget about it. It has the major flaw that I remember. That's and I'm focused on
Just
the
the
flaw.
water. Just the water.
Yep, I'm focused on that chalky aftertaste. That is what I was talking about last year. I was like, what a fail this is, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, you spend all this time, you're prepping, you do all the lagering, and you're like, all right, this is gonna be great, and you taste it, and
It's
you're
a
like,
commitment. That's a big commitment.
man,
Yeah.
I should have done it differently. But that's how it goes with homebrew, and all you can do is brew it again. All you can do is brew it again. So, you know what? I might actually brew this again this year.
Yeah.
You
You should, maybe with some of that yeast cake, just meter out a more appropriate amount. And
Yeah.
third generation, I bet...
Well, that yeast cake is gone.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gone now?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. That's right,
yeah.
because it's in here now.
But the next one is
So you're going to buy 6 packs, leave 2 of them out in the sun.
As long as I can replicate the issue,
Yeah, right.
that I can pinpoint, it was your fault, not mine.
Right, yeah.
That's all I care
Actually,
about.
that's what you should do.
That's
yeah,
all I care
yeah.
about. I know it's you, homebrew shop guy, who knew something. You knew something. You
We
just,
hope you're watching.
you just.
We're on to
You
you.
should have just given the wink. Like, you really want to make a starter. You really do.
Yeah.
Like, why? Just follow my lead. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
Maybe you should brew an ale, is what he was trying to say.
He's like,
Try an ale.
Springtime's a good time for
Yeah.
ales. What are
Yeah.
you doing, kid? All right, that's all I got. Thank you for. Yeah, we are definitely rambling. What's that? There's a lot of weird noise coming back.
It's a dog upstairs.
No, don't worry about that. All right, that's all I got to say. We are really rambling.
We are.
Okay, so I'm wrapping this up. All right, 2018. We'll call this a half goal. A half goal.
All right.
Next time we'll talk. We'll talk German Pilsner.
We will do
that's a
that video completely in German.
Damn, I gotta study. But I'll brew this again this year, and then
Awesome.
we'll take a look.
Great.
Okay.
I love it. Thank
For
you.
John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.